Good day, Mamel. Today, we will be discussing our report on the position paper. So, this is our objectives. In this report, we will be discussing about define what a position paper is, identifying situation in which it is effective, defend a stand with a reasonable arguments, and lastly, write a position paper.
So, this is a position paper. A position paper presents one side of an arguable opinion about an issue. A position paper is not just a report. It's an essay where you take a stand on an issue that people can disagree about. Example, school uniforms should be mandatory versus school uniforms should not be mandatory. Like, ang goal gyud is to convince the audience that your opinion is valid and defensible. Like, the purpose is persuasion. Like, i-persuade mo ang reader or i-convince mo ang audience nga to believe that your argument is logical, supported by evidence, and strong enough to defend against criticism. So that is a position paper.
So, this is the case steps. First, choose a topic with a clear position. This means pick an issue where there are at least two or clear sides. For example, for, against, agree or disagree. So, meaning, your topic should be something that people can debate. Example, should the death penalty be abolished? There are strong for and against position. And we should avoid topics that are too vague or don't have strong opposing opinions. Second, analyze the issue and gathered evidence. This means do research to fully understand the topic. Before writing, study the issue carefully by reading articles, reports, or studies so you know the arguments on both sides. And collect facts, example, experts' opinions, and statistics to support your opinion. Strengthen your argument with reliable information such as real-life examples, experts' views, and data that prove your point. Last, don't rely on the personal opinion. Back it up with credible sources. Support what you say with trusted reference like research studies, government reports, or reputable news that just not your own opinion.
Address both sides of the argument. It means you should talk about your opinion and other side opinion. For example, is that the topic is cell phone should allowed in school. Other sides say, some people say cell phone distracts student. In my opinion, but cell phone can be used for research and emergency. Organize argument clearly. It means you should arrange your ideas in logical and easy to follow order. Or put your reason and evidence step by step so the reader can understand your opinion easily. For example, the topic is online classes are better than face-to-face classes. So here are the organized argument clearly. Reason 1, online classes save time. Students didn't need to travel. Reason 2, to give flexibility so you can study anytime and anywhere. Reason 3 is they improve digital skills. Students learn to use technology. Each reason is clear and arranged in order, so the reader can easily understand why online classes can be better.
Choosing a topic or issue. Ensure the topic is arguable with genuine controversy. When we choose a topic, we need to make sure it's something people actually argue about it. Like, for example, should the student wear uniform? Some agree, some don't agree. So it's a good topic. Identify at least two opposing positions. Next, we should have two sides. one that supports it, and one that's against it. That makes it easier to discuss both opinions.
Next, once we have chosen an arguable topic, the next step is to analyze the issue and gather reliable information. It is not to simply have an opinion. We need to support our stand with facts, research, and evidence. One effective way to begin is by listing the pros and cons of the issue. This will help us to see both sides of the issue or the argument and understand how to defend our own viewpoint more effectively. So when researching, we must make sure that the information we collect comes from the credible and trustworthy sources. Some of the most reliable sources are: first, directories, encyclopedias, and handbooks, which provide basic background information about the issues. Second, books and government reports, which contains detailed and verified studies. The third one is academic journal, which are written by experts and researchers. The fourth one is newspaper and magazines, which give current and updated issues. Next is government agencies and associations, which provide official statistics and reports. And last is position papers and institutional reports, which share experts' opinions and analysis. After gathering information, we must also consider our audience and determine our viewpoint. This means thinking about who will read or listen to our position paper. The way we explain our argument must match the level of understanding of our audience. We can ask ourselves from these following questions like: is my topic interesting and original? Is my argument specific and clear? Or do I have enough evidence and examples to support my stand? So, lastly, we must remember the importance of academic honesty. Plagiarism is when we copy someone else's work or ideas without giving credit. It is considered stealing, and it is a serious academic offense. To avoid plagiarism, we should always cite our sources properly, especially when using other person's ideas, facts, statistics, or data, not commonly known or direct quotations from a text. Next is, we usually use the APA citation style, which stands for American Psychological Association, to give proper credit to our sources. So by citing properly, we show respect for other authors and maintain our integrity as students. In conclusion, choosing a topic or issue is a vital step in writing a position paper. It must be arguable, specific, researchable, and supported by credible evidences. Most important, we must practice honesty in all parts of our work.
Introduction. The introduction serves to hook the readers into the central topic and provide any necessary background context for the issue. Most importantly, it must clearly assert that this is a single sentence that explicitly states the author's position or main arguments. This thesis acts as the paper's roadmap, informing the readers exactly what the essay. Counter-argument. The counter-argument, skeptics might argue the rigid adherence to a four-part template stifles creativity and force diverse topics in uniform molds. They suggest that apposite arguments needs freedom from such a scholastic constraints. However, this viewpoint fundamentally misunderstands the rules of structure in persuasion. A formulaic approach does not suppress creativity, rather it by mandating the inclusion of a counter argument and supporting evidence.
In a position paper, your argument is the heart of your writing. It's where you clearly explain and defend your stance on an issue.
Conclusion. In conclusion, you should restate your main position and also summarize your key argument in your paper. In conclusion, you should end it with a call to action or a thought-provoking statement.
Hey everyone, today I will present my sample position paper. So the topic is, do anti-smoking ad campaigns really help? In this paper, I take the position that anti-smoking ad campaigns are truly effective. So a position paper is a type of writing that state your opinion, stand or a certain issue, and support it with evidence or arguments. In this example, the stand or position is anti-smoking ads are effective. Then it provides arguments to support the position. So first, smoking rates have dropped. This means that fewer people smoke now because of awareness campaigns. Second, campaign prevent people from starting. The ads help young people avoid trying cigarettes. So third, parents quit smoking to protect children. The ads encourage parents to think about their children's health. The conclusion clearly restates the position that smoking ads are effective. So, for example, the Department of Health runs ads showing the harmful effect of smoking on the lungs and family. After these ads aired, many smokers decided to quit, and young people were discouraged from trying cigarettes. This shows that anti-smoking ad campaigns really work. Position papers about whether anti-smoking ad campaigns really help. The argument showed that smoking rates have dropped, people are discouraged from starting, and parents quit to protect their children. Therefore, the conclusion is that anti-smoking ads are effective.
So this is the example of the position paper. This sample position paper argues that anti-smoking ad campaigns really help people quit smoking. It explained that these ads are effective because they show the real dangers of smoking, reduce the number of smokers, and encourage people, especially the young, not to start smoking.
This image shows us a sample of position paper because it argues that anti-smoking ad campaigns are effective. It uses statistics, expert opinions, and examples to support the idea these campaigns help reduce smoking and prevent people, especially the youth, from starting the habit. This is a position paper because it clearly states an opinion or stand an issue. In this case, that anti-smoking ad campaigns are effective and then supports the stand. A position paper's main purpose is to persuade the readers to argue with the writer's viewpoint by presenting fact and logical arguments, which is exactly what the image shows.